it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy A55 and see how this particular phone holds up in 2024. Now, I definitely will tell you this particular device, I think there's still a lot of good capability and a lot of quality from this device. It literally just came out like 2-3 months ago, so it's really not that old of a device, and there's definitely, it's not a terrible phone without a doubt. If you want to pick it up, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of this particular device, you can see on the front side, you're still getting a very large 6.6-inch Super AMOLED display. It's 120Hz, 1080p, and it's a very good panel. It's not a crazy good panel though. I think for the price tag of like a 300 something brand new phone, it's not terrible, or 400 something dollar, brand new phone, it's not terrible. But compared to like the latest and greatest from Samsung, like the Galaxy S24 Plus and S24 Ultra, those devices are much better than this particular one. But this is a mid-tier phone. It's not supposed to be competing with those particular ones. You're still getting a USB-C port at the bottom. You're getting a micro SD card slot on the side of this thing, which is very nice to have. And that is the one feature I look at this particular phone that not a lot of other devices have. Not many phones that Samsung makes have micro SD card slots. And this is very, very cool stuff to have inside of this particular phone. So this in and of itself is a very, very nice thing going on for this particular phone. On top of that, you're getting the standard glass back, triple camera setup, wireless charging on the backside as well. And overall, what I'll definitely tell you is, at least from the exterior of this particular phone, there is still a lot of good stuff going on for this particular phone that makes me give it a thumbs up, at least from the exterior side. I also think the camera is still pretty decent. The disadvantage is that you're getting a you're getting like this macro lens versus like an actual telephoto lens. So that can be kind of a downside. If I'm looking at a particular phone, I definitely do prefer a device that is having a telephoto ultra wide and wide angle lens. Unfortunately, this device is not giving you all three of those things. It's giving you 2 out of 3, but not 3 out of 3. And the other thing is no 4K at 60 on the front and the back, only 4K at 30. That is kind of another downside of this particular device too. But overall, what I'll definitely tell you on the exterior, humongous fan of this particular phone on the outside. It still looks good and the camera's not terrible. Software-wise though, we're not really too sure how long these, Galaxy A phones are going to last per se. We know how long they're going to last, but they're not going to last as long as something like the Galaxy S of that year. So that is probably one thing to kind of keep in mind, that if you're going to go and buy a device, these things aren't going to be like the longest lasting phones of all time. And this can be kind of a downside if you're going through and purchasing this phone. So keep that in mind if you're looking at the Galaxy, S series. Those are going to be better than this particular phone when it kind of comes down to it. So that right there is like one other thing to kind of keep in mind there too. Now, on top of that, with this particular phone, from the performance side, you're getting this Exynos older type of chipset inside. It's not older, but it's not a Snapdragon. It's an Exynos 1480 with 6 or 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM. If you're looking at it from a RAM performance perspective, you're definitely going to be getting a better, performing phone, I would say, from the S series of even like 2 years ago than this particular phone. So I look at this particular device from there, and that's kind of a little bit of a downside yet again. Again, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but if I'm going through and picking up a device, I definitely want it to be a phone that's going to be giving me a better capability there than something like this particular phone. So apps still open fine, everything still is good, and there's not anything super detrimental with this particular device. But if I'm going through and picking up a phone, I definitely want to buy a phone that is going to be giving me a device with a better chipset and better performance inside rather than this thing. So overall, I'll definitely tell you there's a lot of things to love about the Galaxy A55, but this is one of those phones that I look at, and I'm not necessarily like the biggest fan of all time. And I think if I'm going to buy a phone, I definitely would prefer a phone like the normal Galaxy S phones rather than this one. So from that perspective, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.